What's good, you absolute sweats? Today we're bringing you a ultimate Jinx build for Swarm. Any difficulty, but preferably extreme. I'm Biggie Sweats. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below what you think. Now let's tackle this guide, starting with Jinx's abilities. Now, Jinx is the first character you get, but that does not mean she isn't strong. She has her passive, which is called Get Excited. Upon Jinx killing 70 non-elite enemies or 1 elite, she gains the following bonuses for 8 seconds. 75 ability haste and movement speed decaying over the duration. She then has her E, which is called Fish Bones. Jinx sends out a swarm of 9 rockets in a cone in the target direction. Each rocket will travel in a line toward a random direction and explode upon contact with an enemy, dealing damage to the primary target and the enemies in the small area around them. Then finally, she has her ultimate, which is Super Mega Death Rocket. Jinx unleashes a massive rocket that explodes upon hitting the first enemy, or at maximum range to deal damage to all enemies in the area. The explosion damage is increased by 0 to 200% based on the target's missing health. She then has her auto attack ability, which is called Meow Meow. Jinx fires several clusters of bullets in the target direction. Each cluster of bullets damages the first enemy hits. This is going to scale with ability haste, crit, damage, and projectile, and the evolution needed is ability haste. And once you've grabbed ability haste, the stat, Jinx can then evolve her main ability to Battle Cat Barrage. Jinx rapidly fires 7 clusters of bullets in the target direction. Each cluster deals 20 damage and pierces through enemies in its path, dealing 8 damage to targets after the first, obviously scaling with your stats. We can then go straight into talking about the abilities that you're going to need to pick up. So starting off, we're going to go with UwU Blaster. Rapidly fires laser projectiles at the nearest enemy, and then you're going to evolve it to UwU Blaster, which makes it fire twice as fast. Next, we're going to go into Bunny Mega Blast, which launches orbital strikes at random enemies. We're going to evolve it into Rabbit Rain Down, which launches a barrage of orbital strikes at random enemies, ending with a huge hit, kind of like Annihilator. Third, we're going to go with Statikk Sword. So this fires lightning shock that bounces between high health enemies. We're going to evolve it into Prumbus Electro Carver, so a lightning storm is created around shocked enemies for a short duration. Finally, as most of these builds take because it is ridiculously high damage, Battle Bunny Crossbow. So it fires a cone of arrows in a random direction. Arrows pierce their target upon critical striking. Now, when you evolve it, these arrows change into a huge circle and fire out many knives instead. It's called Bunny Prime Ballista. We're then going to go straight into talking about what stats you need and what requires for evolution. So first off, we're going to be going ability haste. This gives you plus 10 every single level. Secondly, you're going to look for crit chance. This gives you plus 8% for every level. Third, you're going to aim for damage, as this gives plus 10% every single level, and it's just naturally good for any DPS specs that you're going. We're then going to go into area size, which gives you plus 11% for every single level. Then we're going to go into max health, which gives you plus 150 for every level. And then finally, we're going to take projectile count, which is 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3 each individual level. Now, before I jump onto augments, I want to speak about evolving cards. Now, when a boss mob drops a card, these are guaranteed to evolve something that is level 5 and if you have the correct stat. So what I will say is save cards from bosses and only pick them up if you achieve level 5 and have the correct stat in something, because you are then guaranteed to evolve it. And in this final section, we're going to talk about augments, and the 3 augments I think are the best for Jinx. The first augment I want you to look out for is Cross Country. This is by far my favorite augment in the game. For every 20,000 units traveled, gain 4% damage, 4% max health, and 4% area size. To unlock Cross Country, you must first defeat Rek'Sai on Extreme. The second augment I want you to look out for is Ebb and Flow. It cycles between 50 to plus 125 ability haste at a rate of plus 22 ability haste every 2 seconds. Finally, Ramming Runner. Gain plus 10% move speed, gain or lose 1% damage for every 1% bonus move speed you acquire or lose, respectively. Of course, there are other augments you can look out for. For instance, Ultimate Speed is a fantastic one you can go for, point blank. You know, all these ones are great choices. So, you know, grab what comes up first, but the 3 that I've listed are probably the best you can grab. And that right there, you absolute sweats, is the full guide to making Jinx an absolute beast in Swarm on any difficulty. I hope you liked the video. Leave a like, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, leave your notifications on. I'll see you next time. Peace!